Yes, football with emotions. That is something people don't really get. It's not all about just watching the games and just playing the game or enjoying everything of the game, but the attachment of emotions. In this video, you're going to watch why we have that emotional connection with football. There were a lot of farewell in the Premier League, and we are going to talk about them. I have with me Sami and Nana Kwame. If you just join us and you are new, hey, remember, you are with us. Your opinions and suggestions are highly welcome, and let us know how you are emotionally connected to the game of soccer. Yesterday was last games of Premier League, La Liga, and even Bundesliga. But then a lot of farewell actually went well. The likes of Thiago Silva, Jurgen Klopp, Zerbi, and also David Moyes. And it was a lot of emotions attachment to this. Let's give you that attachment. So Sammy John Klopp farewell. It was absolutely emotional. Most of the players were crying. He himself, the speech he was giving, you could see deep in his heart was something there that we can just figure out that there's something like emotions. What do you think about Jurgen Klopp retirement and farewell?
Yeah, so let me say hi to all the Ashile fans out there. I want to start by saying that we are social beings. We are social beings. That is, we have emotions, we have feelings. Once you get close to something, that gives you joy. Even that gives you pain. Anything that triggers a response in you, you then build attachment. And yesterday we saw Klopp, before the season ended, he made mention that he wants to go and rest a bit. So he's leaving Liverpool for staying there for 9 years. We all knew that maybe it won't happen, but then yesterday it really happened and he gave his farewell speech. You saw emotional these guys and the players and the fans were having a coach come to the Premier League to come and fight for a title. So we all saw how Liverpool have been for the past 30 years, not been able to win the Premier League. But then he came, got them the Premier League. He came, got them the Champions League, the FA Cup. He caused a change in the old Liverpool that we know, gave them that fighting spirit. And seeing that person leave, I think it's just sad. So we knew that the fans also were patient for him because in this modern era, it's difficult to get a coach to stay in a team for 9 years. So he also thanked the staff and everyone involved. People usually say that Arnold is his school son, that is his favorite child. And you saw how emotional this guy got, and he was crying all over the place. But then that is football. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes.
Nana Kwame, was it really time to get a farewell to Klopp? Because I really feel he was still having something left in Liverpool to still accomplish.
Which meant he has accomplished all that he can in terms of the trophies that Liverpool can win. Yeah, it was as to the time, it was to him, he felt it was time. He has accomplished all that he wants to accomplish. He's had a number of years, spent a lot of years with the team. So to him, he felt it's time. It's the right time to leave a team. I won't say it's a bad time. The team needs some, reformation and renovation and all that. So all the best to Liverpool in their new journey.
Looking at what happened in Stamford Bridge yesterday was just incredible. Emotional attachment that I've never seen before. Thiago Silva farewell. And at the end of the day, he made mention of his dream is just to see his sons or his children playing for Chelsea. What an emotion and what a farewell it was. Aside from Thiago Silva, Emma Hayes, the women's side of Chelsea, who has been there, took the women's league title for almost every season. This also was also farewell that was sometime last week, and we could understand that attachment. But Thiago Silva one surprised me most because he just joined the club at the age of, was it 36? At the age of 36, and it feels like he has been in the club for more than like when he was 18. Well, we saw Thiago Silva playing in the Serie A in
League
League
One.
One. And just moving to Chelsea from PSG, the attachment was so. Simon, what do you have to say on that?
I would say if you talk of one of the most loyal players, I'll count in football. I'll count Thiago Silva as one of them. The reason being that any club he plays for, he gives his all. He gives his all. He doesn't give 80 or 95. No, he gives his all. He's a die-hard team player. And in terms of his relation to Chelsea, I think at the age he joined Chelsea, he was really touched by how Chelsea welcomed him because at age 36, it wouldn't be any club that would want an age 36 man in their team. In fact, right in their back line. But the reception, I think, from Chelsea was what Thiago Silva appreciated so much, and that is why he's going to have that love for Chelsea the rest of his life.
Going to have that love for Chelsea for the rest of his life. Sammy, your take on that?
I feel like every one of the aspects that every player looks for going to a team is to find a home. We always talk of the business side of football, but we should also know that we have the psychological side of football as well. If you are in a setup where you feel like your mental health is good, it actually shows also in your football. We've seen a lot of players who move to different clubs, and at the end of the day, they have issues even with the system, the city, the authorities, so many staffs. But then Thiago Silva leaving PSG at a very top level, coming to Chelsea, and still finding that home in Chelsea. In fact, made everything so right for him. He fell in love with the city, fell in love with with London. He fell in love with the club. He fell in love with the supporters. He fell in love with every aspect of Chelsea. So now, staying in Chelsea for 4 seasons made him grow more love for the club. Now, if you're also playing for a club and you see how the fans appreciate you, it gives you that in-depth love to also give back to the fans. And we all know that ever since Thiago Silva has been in Chelsea, he has given his 100% to Chelsea. So then there comes a time, there's time for everything, and now he's leaving. So we saw that sad side of him. In fact, he found a home in Chelsea. That's all.
How about Moyes? Moyes, I think after leaving Everton and went to Manchester United, it didn't work out. And then West Ham took him finally, and he turned West Ham to the monsters they are now. But it's rather unfortunate this season, things didn't go the way they wanted it to. And they have parted ways with Moyes. And next season, another coach is coming in. Do you think West Ham really treated Moyes fairly?
Football, as I say, is a sport who, how do I even put it? Football is a sport that is unappreciative. Football is unappreciative. You can win the world for a club, and the next time things are not going well, and they forget all what you have done for them. That is football. And as a coach of his caliber, he knows that it was coming. Having given so much quality for West Ham, the start of the season, we also how much this West Ham team was. Last season, he won a trophy for them.
Yeah, Europa for that matter.
And losing someone like Rice this season, he still got someone like Kudus. So it has been a very good time for West Ham. So now the West Ham board feels like, see, we have come to the stage where we need more. We need more. We are now okay. We can also fight for different stuff, not just one thing that we put our mind to. Because looking at the squad, it's been brilliant. Moyes, on the other hand, too, has been a bit slow, coming down for the last part of the season, losing a lot of games and the confidence of the team. So then they just reached out to him and said they want him to leave. But then, as football fans, we know that when a coach leaves, it doesn't mean he's gone forever. He will surely come back. So I think that's the right thing. They just wanted to go for a new direction that Moyes isn't on.
Clearly, the Ghanaian darling boy Mohamed Kudus has been in the club and he has found home with the management of Moyes. Nana Kwame, do you think after Moyes gone, will Kudus still get playing time? Or he also had to find another path for himself?
I think for a player to get playing time, you have to prove yourself to the coach. You have to give the coach a reason to. to play you. When Kudus came initially to West Ham, I personally was worried because I was like, he wasn't getting playing time. At the beginning, he's always at the bench. And I was like, do they know the potential of this guy? Because I used to watch him in Ajax. And so I was surprised he wasn't getting playing time. I think it was after one, probably an FA Cup game. Yeah, I think, yeah, it was an FA Cup game where they played a couple of their second selection players or so. Kudus featured and he performed very well. And since then, it's been a different story. So when there is a new manager, I have so much hope or trust in Kudus that he has so much potential. He will be able to prove himself, and definitely any coach that is going to come in has definitely seen the works of the team he's coming to work with. Probably he's gone through some tapes or videos of their performances. So he knows the team he's coming to handle. And the coach might even have players he already has in his mind that he's going to really work with these players. And I believe Kudus is one of them. And his performance is just going to keep on getting better. Yeah.
Zerbi. Zerbi came to Brighton after Graham Potter left to Chelsea. And he was working with, last season, we saw him working with the likes of Caicedo, McAllister, and it turned very, very well for Brighton. But then this season, I think it's not bad because they never been to relegation zone. They never been to, but then they didn't actually get to what they were expected last season because most of the players were sold out. But agreement or things didn't actually work out with the two parties. Tell me what's really going on. Is it the business side of Brighton that is preventing them to sign Zerbi again, or is just the performance?
Well, I'm not going to go with the performance because we all know how good Zerbi is. I think you should go with the business side because Zerbi came and showed a different side of Brighton. He made football lovers love his play. In fact, he's one of the coaches that Guardiola praises a lot. That is, he's one of the coaches that I can say that he's tactical. He's a brilliant coach. So the Zerbi doing well last season and coming to this season, we have seen that there was a little problem. He lost some players, good players. He lost good players this season. So therefore, there will be a drop in form. But even with that, they were still playing well. Now, after his farewell statement, he made some statement that he wanted to stay, but then it did not work out with the club owner. Therefore, you should know that the financial side was not really making sense to him. Now, for a coach, 4-year-old coach, to prove with a club like Brighton playing top level, you see that it will show or it will attract admirers, the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Bayern Munich, the likes of Chelsea, and I think other clubs. You know, these are big clubs. So therefore, if you see that something like that is going on, you as a coach, you need to, you as the club owner, you need to call your coach and try to offer him better terms. And you know, you have to let him know that this season I'm not going to sell the players, but I'm rather going to get more players for you. I think all those things did not pay up. So then he decided to leave. Now his decision on leaving to is a good thing because we want to see the Zerbi take a big club. We want to see that progressive football in a club with more quality. Imagine the Zerbi taking Bayern Munich. You will see his signature of Bayern Munich. Zerbi taking Barcelona. So I think it's actually a good thing that he's leaving, and we want to see more of the Zerbi.
Nana Kwame,
Didn't say it was a fair move for the coach to leave because he lost quality. He lost, in fact, basically the backbone of his team. Some players he lost were backbone of his team. He built his team based on these players. Leaving was always going to be a problem to adjust. Yes, on in terms of being fair to him, I think he deserved an extension, and also some new players or top quality players to support the team he has currently. But regardless, they are going for a new coach, and meaning getting a new coach is all meaning trying to start all over again. So he's now going to get familiarized with the team. and also what build chemistry. All I can say, we hope for the best for Brighton. Yeah, but I don't see them to be better, any better than this season, honestly.
Okay. So, guys, if you just join us and you are new, remember to subscribe and be part of this amazing community. And we are going to see you in the next video. Like and share is part of that. And remember, your opinions are also welcome here. Let's know your emotional attachment to the game. Let's know what you think the game has so much emotions attached to it. And hey, we'll get back.